Hello ladies and gentlemen, Dusty here, and I ask you a question in the title of this video. Why is Assassin's Creed Unity not on the Wii U? Because I am curious, why is Assassin's Creed Unity not on the Wii U? I mean, we did get a reason on October 6, 2014. Alex Amancio told us that, among other things, the Wii U is not powerful enough of a console to handle Ubisoft's full version for the game. However, okay, I would buy this before I saw the game. I would see, yeah, the Wii U is not the most powerful piece of hardware of this generation. It's definitely not underpowered. However, I mean, the other consoles weren't powerful enough to run Assassin's Creed Unity. The Xbox One was not powerful enough. The PS4, I've heard accounts of it dropping down to 19 frames per second. 19 frames per second is not a video game. 19 frames per second is a slideshow. Alright? And the Xbox One, from what I understand, ironically runs more stably than the PC version. The freaking PC version. The PC version, if you have the right hardware, I think that the PC version, in the end, should always be the definitive version, because it should be able to be the definitive version. However, in this case, it wasn't, of course, because Ubisoft wanted to have parity. I mean, duh. They wanted to have parity, of course. They wanted every experience to get the same. And he goes on to this later, and he says, this is why from the beginning this was going to be a new gen only title. Yeah, this is the first truly next gen game from Ubisoft. Remember that. This is the first truly next gen game from Ubisoft, because he goes on to say that if we did anything to hinder that or reduce that, it would be a detrimental impact, I assume, on the gaming community. He really didn't finish his thought there, but yeah, you did hinder that. You made a crappy game. You made a game that runs crappy. You made a game with crappy flaws and God knows what glitches, all right? I mean, not all the glitches have been discovered yet, and the game's, from what I've heard, basically unplayable with its glitches. And he says it wouldn't be the same experience if I released it on the Wii U, or if Ubisoft released it on the Wii U, rather. Really? So you couldn't make it the same crappy experience. You couldn't make a crappy experience on 4 consoles. No, you had to make a crappy experience on 3 consoles. 4 consoles is just pushing the envelope with crappy experiences. However, with 3 consoles, you can definitely make 3 crappy experiences. 4 is a little difficult, though, he goes to say. He goes on to say, I don't think this would be fair to fans, to sell them the game, but with different levels of experience. Alright, well, yeah, that wouldn't be fair, but yet again, life isn't fair, so shove it. However, this is all in a factor of creating parity. They wanted to neglect the Wii U so they could make parity on all the different platforms. However, the parity is crap. It runs crappily on all 3 platforms. It runs like, basically, when you buy a console, when you buy a video game console, you expect them to give you the experience you paid for, right? You probably didn't pay him $400, $500, $600 for a crappy experience, depending on how much your PC costs, of course. He goes on to say, even the seamless nature of the series, and on the scale of the game, right, we could not do that. We could never load Paris on the Wii U. Apparently, you could not load Paris on the Xbox One, PS4, or freaking PC, an unlimitedly potential platform you could not load Paris onto, alright? I'm speechless, really. I have nothing to say on this. You understand where I'm coming from, right? It would not be possible. In our minds, we would be cheating fans by providing a lesser version of the same game. Now, try to follow me when I say this. I know it makes no sense, but I would be safe to say that all 3 versions of Assassin's Creed Unity are lesser versions of the same game. They are literally so bad that they are all the worst version of the game, because they are equally terrible. Alright? They are so equally terrible that they are all the lesser version of the same game. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Why do you think that Assassin's Creed Unity was not on the Wii U? I have a couple theories. I think that Ubisoft dislikes Nintendo as a company for some reason. It has some personal vendetta against them. Maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe they don't like the Wii U because they don't understand how a console launch works and how they can't expect to sell 5 million games when there's only like 50,000 consoles out there. It just doesn't really make sense. Another thing could be possibly that sales on the Wii U wouldn't be as high. Even though Assassin's Creed does sell on the Wii U. It did sell on the Wii U. I mean, just look at the sales numbers. From what I understand, it sold better than Dance Dance Revolution 2014. The Assassin's Creed 3, I think, or maybe it was Assassin's Creed 4. I can't remember. But Assassin's Creed sold better than Dance Dance Revolution. So why are they saying Dance Dance Revolution is... Maybe because it's an easier game to develop. Now, I also want to ask you this question. Why are all three versions of the game crappy? Now, there's one theory that I think this is part of it, and I think that they wanted to create console parity over the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. So in turn, they made all the versions crappy so it'd be easier, so they didn't have to push the potential of the consoles just to tap them off. Or the PC just to tap it off, just to cut it off because, oh, this one runs better than this one, so we got to cut off how much better that one runs so all of our versions of the game sell the same. That's one theory. The other theory that I would like to bring up is that Ubisoft did not put enough time and dedication into the game. They wanted to rush it out for the holiday season. I think this is the main factor. I think that Ubisoft, first of all, doesn't have talented enough programming. I mean, have you seen their freaking staff? And second, have you seen the games that Ubisoft has released lately? Glitches, capped potential, console parity. All of these things are cancer to the gaming industry, which is why I think Ubisoft and companies like it need to die off. They need to go away, or else I am one of the few people who believe there's the possibility of a console gaming crash. That means that nobody makes next-gen consoles next-gen. Maybe Nintendo will. However, Nintendo is on a completely different ballpark at this point. Nintendo is in their own little world doing perfectly fine by themselves. And as Reggie Fils-Aimé said it, I think he said it best, that he would much rather be in the spot Nintendo is in right now than Sony and Microsoft, because basically they are getting crap games handed to them on the silver platter, and I don't think Reggie Fils-Aimé honestly wants that on Nintendo's platform, and I wouldn't want that on Nintendo's platform. I am very glad that this game was not released on the Wii U. I'm mad that Sonic Boom was released on the Wii U, but that's an entirely different video. But it's just, I want to know your opinions on this. Please put them in the comments. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Take it easy.